Hello everyone! My name is Daniella Lamadrid, a college student from San Beda College, Alabang, and currently taking Bachelor of Arts in Communication and Media Studies. So, for today, I am going to present to you my multimedia storytelling portfolio. Here, I am going to show my works and discuss how I apply all of the things that I have learned in this subject, multimedia storytelling, in doing my works. So, here are the example of my works for this semester. So, first is my homework 1 and recitation 1. In this activity, I am able to apply what I have learned from this subject in analyzing and identifying the parts of print design in my favorite poster. And my favorite poster that I choose is the official poster of Ariana Grande's concert tour of her album Dangerous Woman here in Manila 4 years ago. Then, I identified what is in the poster's headline, body, and footer. After that, I also give my thoughts and opinions on the poster. And lastly, I gave an example of what I want to improve in the design. I changed the ones I didn't like and put my suggestion on the poster I made. It's same as the original poster, but there are just some changes and there are just some improvements. So, for my recitation 1, I just created an IG story video of me giving an in-depth discussion of my homework 1. There, I discussed what I did during the activity. I explained why I choose the poster. I shared also what I love about the poster that made me choose it. Then, I discussed the parts of the poster design. I mentioned there that for this poster, the headline shows us the title of the concert tour and the artist, singer of the tour. The body shows us the image of the artist, the place where the concert was held, and the date of the concert. And while for the footer, it shows us some important details to know, such as the artist's official account and website, the sponsors of the concert, and the ticket center. I also gave a critique about the poster and explained my suggestion to the poster. I explained why that suggestion is better and it could help to improve the poster. Then I mentioned the things that needed to be changed and needed to be adjusted while I showed both the original design and the new design that I made. So next is my quiz 1 and quiz 2. In this activity, I am able to apply what I have learned from this subject in translating and communicating my memories using structure and elements of the story to create my own poster. So this activity helps me to look back at my childhood memories that could help me to decide what to put in the poster that would give people an idea of what that place would look like and for them to know why I choose that place as my favorite place. I decided what kind of colors, shapes, textures, text that I am going to place in the head, body, and footer of the poster. Then, I apply some elements of nature in creating this poster. So, I did my best to create a poster about my favorite place that could tell a story to the audience, making them feel how this place was so important for me. For my quiz 2, I also created an IG story video of me giving an in-depth discussion of my quiz 1. In that video, I shared the reason why that place is my favorite place. So basically, I was really storytelling at the time. I shared the things that I love about that place, and I shared my memorable moments and experiences in that place since I was young until the present. Next is Sitwork 2 and Recitation 2. In this activity, I am able to apply what I have learned from this subject by presenting the elements of the stories through our discussion about the film we choose. For Recitation 2, me and my groupmates analyzed the elements presented in the film Hintayan ng Langit. We discussed about the character, the elements, lines, and shapes color psychology, time, genre, etc. that is presented in the film. For our individual presentation for our Sitwork 2, I examined and analyzed different colors presented in the film such as color yellow, brown, orange. Then, I discussed the color psychology of Hintayin ng Langit to the class. I explained the meaning of these colors and how it was presented to each scene and how this color influences the mood of every scene. So next is my Sitwork 1. For this activity, I am able to apply what I have learned from this subject by identifying different elements in the design presented in the graphic image that I choose, which is the house that once was by Lane Smith. I have identified and analyzed the different parts or different elements of the design such as the environment, shapes, colors that are presented in this graphic image. So as you can see, for this graphic image, the environment presented was earth and wind. While for the shapes, we have circles, triangles, squares, rectangles, pyramid. For lines, we have straight lines, curves, dotted, diagonal lines, and for colors, we have red, blue, pink, white, orange, purple, yellow, brown, and green. After identifying the elements of the design, I also analyzed the different senses that were utilized in the graphic image. For example, the sense of touch, the sense of smell, and the sense of sight. Lastly, I gave my opinion and thoughts about the image and suggestions and ways to improve the graphic image. I mentioned the space and suggested that they should leave more space because it is overcrowded and a bit messy. Also, I suggested that they should have decreased some colors and lines because the textures was excessive, that the other features of the designs were already covered. Next is long test 1. In this activity, I am able to apply what I have learned from this subject in presenting the elements of the story in the short film that I choose, then discussing it through a 3-act structure. So just a quick summary of the film. This film is about the story of twin sisters who, despite the fact that they were both diagnosed with a terminal disease with little hope of recovery, they did not give up. Instead, they found hope by folding thousands of origami cranes to fulfill each other's desire and prayers for a quick and complete recovery. So back to our topic, for this activity, through the use of 3-act structure, I have identified the parts of the film and divided the scene and the story of the film to give you everyone an idea that could help you grasp what is it all about. So for the Act 1, I have shown the beginning where we can see the day-to-day routine of the protagonist, which is they are doing some origami cranes, and then it is followed by an inciting incident where we can see the problems that the protagonist has to solve. In that inciting incident, we see that the sister has a disease. The next is the big questions where the protagonist try to find a solution for the problem. Lastly, the turning point 1 is where the protagonist made an initial solution to the problem. So for the Act 2, I have identified in the pinch 1 what is the minor obstacle that the protagonist will have to face. So while in the midpoint, I have shared an event where the protagonist committed to a decision to solve her problem. Then, next is the pinch 2 where we see the bigger obstacle the protagonist will face. Then lastly, for the turning point 2, I have shared what will be the most painful loss or defeat the protagonist has to face. For the Act 3, I have explained the climax of the story. Here, we found out the highest point of the story. So in this story, we see how the twin sister was so hurt about her sister because she already died and she can't save her sister. And for the resolution, I explained what happened at the end of the story. Here we see that the twin sister also died after her twin sister died, and we see two origami cranes together, and they have a praise written on it, always together. So it means that in the afterlife, they will be together and reunited again. So that's all. Thank you.